So, this book argues something that feels, well, a little dangerous, but also deeply true. And it's that our relentless pursuit of happiness, it's actually a trap. All right, let's get into it. I mean, really, think about that for a second. Our whole culture is obsessed with it, right? Chasing that next happy moment, the next big win. But what if that constant chase is the very thing that's making us feel this low-grade, nagging dissatisfaction? This feeling is so universal that it actually has a name. And understanding it, well, that's the first step to getting out of what this book calls the happiness trap. It's like that quiet hum of anxiety, in the background of your life. That feeling that no matter what you achieve, you get the promotion, you're in the relationship, you hit the goal, there's still this little whisper going, is this it? Is this all there is? That feeling, that's the ache. And get this, there's actually a German word that just nails the heart of the ache, Sehnsucht. It perfectly captures this feeling. It's not just wanting more stuff, it's like a deep, almost spiritual homesickness for a sense of fullness that you can't quite put your finger on. I mean, does any of this start to sound familiar? The book has this beautiful way of putting it, saying it's like living with a collection of dismantled almosts. It's that feeling that you're always just patching things up, right? That what you thought was progress was really just, well, maintenance. It's that feeling of unfinishedness that hangs over everything. So what's our culture's big solution for this deep human ache? Oh, just be positive, good vibes only. But come on, this pressure to just fake being happy all the time, to always look on the bright side, that is its own kind of trap. It basically forces us to deny half of what it means to be human, and it makes us feel guilty just for being sad. Okay, so if chasing happiness is the problem, then what's the solution? Well, this brings us to the book's first huge reveal. And trust me, it's a crucial distinction that changes everything. See, happiness, it's conditional. It totally depends on things going your way. It's an emotion that just disappears the second life gets hard. But joy is something else entirely. It's this mysterious experience that can show up in the most unexpected places, like even in a hospital room. It doesn't ignore pain, it can actually coexist right alongside it. And this right here just brilliantly nails the core idea. Think about it. You can't be happy at a funeral, but you absolutely can feel a sudden surge of joy, right? Maybe you're sharing a funny memory, or you have this moment of deep connection with someone right in the middle of all that grief. That's the trick. Joy is resilient in a way that happiness just isn't. All right, so we get it. Joy can show up in these big, intense moments. But what about the rest of the time? How do you find it when life is just normal? When it's all meetings and laundry and running errands? Well, this is the part that most people completely miss. Turns out, we're all fighting against this powerful psychological thing called hedonic adaptation. It's basically our brain's default setting to just get used to good things, and fast. That initial thrill you get from something new, a new car, a new job, it fades so quickly. What felt like an absolute miracle yesterday just becomes a regular old Tuesday. So here's the secret, the really crucial point. It's not about chasing bigger and bigger wins. It's about fighting that adaptation by practicing our attention on what the author calls micro-joys. We're talking about the tiny, often totally useless little moments of delight that are literally all around us, if we just train ourselves to notice them. I mean, we are talking about things like the ridiculously long eyelashes on a baby, or a rusted old hubcap you randomly find in the woods. That simple warmth of a cat sleeping on your chest. Or, hey, why not host a totally silly taste test party for different brands of ketchup? None of these things are productive. They're not going to advance your career. They are beautifully, wonderfully useless. And that, right there, is their secret power. And that brings us to our final key takeaway. Because once you start actually seeing these microjoys, you realize something really profound. Joy isn't just some passive feeling that happens to you. It's an action. It actually gives us two very specific assignments to carry out. So first, joy is a gift, and your only job is to accept it when it shows up, even if you feel like you don't deserve it, or maybe it feels kind of frivolous in a world with so much suffering. You just have to accept it. It was made for you. And second, joy is a task, and that task, it's love. It's simply to focus on loving the people who are right there in front of you every single day. That focus gives you purpose, and purpose is an incredibly powerful engine for joy. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. What's the ultimate point of choosing to seek joy instead of happiness? Look, this is not about ignoring reality or just putting on a brave face. It's about making a fundamental choice, a really profound and stubborn statement about life itself. Choosing joy, that's the ultimate yes to life. It's this deep down belief that just existing is a good thing, even when your circumstances are really, really painful. It's not some naive optimism. It's a defiant, stubborn argument for life, even when there's a mountain of evidence to the contrary. There's a line from the poet Jack Gilbert that just captures this perfectly. He says we have to be stubborn enough to accept our gladness, to risk delight. Think about that. Risk delight. Because opening yourself up to joy, yeah, it makes you vulnerable, but it's a risk we've got to be willing to take. So I want to leave you with this final thought. We spend so much of our lives waiting for the pain to end, right? Always looking for that light at the end of the tunnel. But what if joy isn't the light you're waiting for? What if it's a spark you can find and maybe even create right here inside the tunnel?